Today we have a kind of update on a video that I did sometime last week. It was about Bri, also known as Brianna Chickenfry, full name, I guess. Well, her name's not Chickenfry, obviously, but you get it. This is an update on the whole situation, so subscribe, hit the bell icon for engagement, but also the past video will be in description so you can kind of catch up on all of that because it gives a lot of necessary context for what's happening, essentially. So, I'm not going to give too much of a recap, but Bri was dating Bryan, I forgot his name. He's like a country singer and they recently broke up and then he was immediately seen on Raya. People were thinking that he's cheating on her. That's still kind of up in the air, but now she has explained everything that happened and it is crazier than people imagined. So she did an episode of BFFs. Obviously she's on the BFFs podcast and they did an episode. I'm not going to like play clips because then we'd literally be all day. So I'll just summarize it for you guys. All the most important bits, I guess. So they do like a separate intro that she filmed earlier when like kind of this all was going down first, and then they do like a sit down interview with her that it jumps to. But in the intro she kind of gives a few extra details that we don't know. She starts off with the fact that he offered her an NDA that she didn't sign so that she wouldn't speak out against him. That is crazy to me. I don't know. NDAs are so crazy to me, mainly because they were dating. I don't know. The whole thing is just so strange. And she also talks about how she sacrificed a lot of time for his tour. So she would join him on tour and he wanted her there, but when it was time for her to go on tour, he didn't want to go, but then he would also be angry if she was having almost like too much of a good time. So his energy shifts if she's on tour and having a good time. And out of nowhere while she's on tour, he breaks up with her and then wants to get back together and then breaks up again. And then a day after they broke up, he's seen on Raya. And then essentially the Instagram post that I read in my last video is mainly just because he got caught on the Raya thing, even though he told her, the ball's in your court, like, I know we broke up, but this is, you know, for you to speak out publicly whenever you want to, I'll just follow your lead. But because he was seen on Raya, he wanted to save his image. So then he did that blindsided Instagram post that she didn't want to do. So yeah. So then it jumps to obviously when they do the sit down interview and Dave says that BFFs like almost ended. He wanted to end it anyway by the end of the year because he feels too old to be talking about drama, which I kind of get. But then she declined the NDA. And so they're able to talk about it now and that kind of revived the whole thing, I guess. The lawyers, like his lawyers and his managers were messing her around with the NDA, like kept on kind of offering things and then they wouldn't like sign for ages and they would change something. And then because they wanted to kind of get Dave and Josh looped into the NDA because they knew that they would speak out against Bryan because Dave has made it clear that he does not like Zach at all. So he tried to kind of rope him in there. Dave saying no. They're like messing her around. And then eventually basically she just like declined the NDA. Now if you guys don't know, Dave and Josh have dropped a diss track. Now I don't know if I'm going to get copyright claimed for posting this. I'm just going to not. But if you look it up, it's a great diss track. And that got then DMCA'd by people are assuming, obviously his team, Bryan's team, but also the reason why they were going to get roped into the NDA was because someone that works at the same studio that they filmed the diss track at told someone on Bryan's team because they use the same studio. So that's how Zach found out and then wanted to rope them into the NDA, which Dave was saying like absolutely not to. Now she then recaps kind of their relationship. So they met while she was still in a past relationship, but there was nothing going on. And then when she broke up with her boyfriend, they started dating. Or like seeing each other, and a few days after seeing each other he got a tattoo for her. A few days is crazy behavior. Like that's crazy behavior. Then Dave recaps a situation where she was invited to the Golden Globes, went in a pretty normal dress. Bri Golden Globes images. This is the dress. This is what she looks like. Gorgeous, stunning. Like I've seen this dress a million, not to say that it's like that's not what I'm trying to say, but like I've seen this type of dress on the red carpet millions of times. I think she looks great. But anyway, he unfollowed Dave and Josh, then refollowed her quickly before people noticed because he didn't like the dress and like what it represented, but then told her to delete the post of the dress that she posted on Instagram. And she was like, oh, okay, well, maybe he doesn't want to be seen with someone like me. Like, he doesn't want me to present that kind of image on the internet. But then, to save face again and make himself look like this, like, great and supportive boyfriend, reposted it on his story saying, like, oh, you look beautiful. While, like, behind the scenes telling her, why did you go dressed like that? Take down the posts, blah, 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 okay? Now, the BFFs podcast obviously is under Barstool, which is owned by Dave. Now, they have to like re-sign every year and then Josh and Bri, I'm assuming, get paid like a salary for it. So it came up to re-signing a while back, and Zach essentially offered her double her signing fee so that she wouldn't keep on doing the BFFs podcast. So he just wanted her to stay at home with him, I guess, and just, I don't know. Anyway, then she finally wants to buy herself a Bronco. She wants a car to buy for herself. He's like, no, I'll get you a car. She's like, no, I want to buy myself a car. It's my first big purchase. It's my first car ever. I want to buy a car. He said, no, I'll buy you a car. So he buys her a Bronco. And then when they break up, she's like, hey, you can have your car back. He's like, no, it's yours. You keep it. But then, to spite her after all of this, he's like, oh, I want my car back, by the way. And so, like, as she's filming this podcast, she's like, they're going to pick up my car, like, allegedly today. Obviously, that was after the episode, so I don't know if she still has a car or not. But Dave's like, if the car's in your name, he can't just, like, take it back. And the car is in her name. So, very weird behavior from him. And Dave also bought a new champagne bottle for Zach Bryan. If you guys don't know, he pops a champagne bottle every time he has beef with someone that he wins. And he got himself a new champagne bottle. Yeah, here it is. So he got himself a new bottle with Zach Bryan on it. He's gonna pop that once this beef is done. I mean, I respect the like urge to ruin someone. Like I can respect that. He clearly is committed to his craft, he's committed to the bit, committed to the cause, and he will pop a champagne bottle when he defeats an enemy, and I can respect it. Now, there was another story that I found really crazy. She was on TikTok, heard a Morgan Wallen song, the one that's like last night. I think it was the last night one. And she's walking around the house singing it, as you do. I'm singing all the TikTok sounds as well. And he basically bans her from singing Morgan Wallen under his roof, was his exact words. Like, not under my roof, you're going to be singing another country man's songs. Which is crazy. Like, the insecurity is insane. Arguably because obviously Morgan Wallen is just like the much more attractive and better Zach Bryan, right? Like, we can all kind of agree. And like I Had Some Help was like a #1 song for God knows how many weeks. So I can see why he feels like a tiny man next to Morgan Wallen. So yeah, insane behavior. Now Dave does kind of hint at the fact that her relationship with Zach heavily affected her friendship with Grace, which we have been talking about for ages. And in my last video, we talked about how there seems to be a rift between Grace and Bri. And we were wondering why that is. And it clearly is because of the relationship. So, like, if she hadn't been broken up with by him, she would have kept on splitting apart from Grace. Whereas now I think because she was broken up with and it's all gone so south, she can just mend up with Grace. And we love to see that, actually. Anyway, there was another absolutely batshit crazy story that she told where it was her birthday. And he, like, rented a house out, like an Airbnb, for all her friends and family to celebrate with her. But then he complained about having to come and see her at the house that he rented. So he kept on being like, oh, I'm gonna have to go out of my way to see you. And she was like, no, you don't have to. And he was like, no, but I will. I have to. I'd say no one's asking you to. Anyway, so her friends and family are there. He's constantly throwing jabs at them, and like she can tell that he's trying to antagonize people. So she's like, okay, it hasn't even hit midnight, so it wasn't like her birthday, it was like the day before her birthday, and at midnight everyone's saying happy birthday. But before it even hits midnight, she's like, I'm gonna go to bed, guys, I'm really tired, hoping that he follows along because she can see that he's in a bit of a foul mood. And he doesn't follow her. Okay, so she sleeps a little, she comes downstairs, like wakes up, comes downstairs, and everyone's crying. There's multiple people crying, and he's outside being held back by her auntie. And there's people like filming him because he's going insane. And he's like punching walls, having a go at people, telling them apparently that they're like useless, worthless pieces of shit. They're not going to achieve anything in life like him. Blah, blah, right? Like verbally abusing her family and friends and like throwing stuff, punching walls, the whole thing, okay? And then after that, because he was being recorded by them, he would like randomly just put a camera in her face and just film her while she's like sleeping and stuff to be like, see, this is how it feels when you get filmed by people. It's like, no, you were literally batshit crazy. That's why you're being filmed. And her phone is smashed, and she literally showed it. She was like, my phone's smashed because he like threw it against the wall one time. Didn't like it, I guess. So that's like the spark notes of the podcast episode if you didn't have an hour and a half to spare. But there are now extra things to go with that. So she posted this on her Instagram stories that says, bye bye sad brown hair. I can finally dye my hair again because she used to be a blonde. And then she was a brunette. I was wondering why. But I guess he didn't let her dye her hair. Is it like the whole like blondes have more fun? And he was like, I don't want you to have too much fun. I was going to say so much fun and too much fun at the same time. He was like, I don't want you to have too much fun. Or was it just like he just wanted to be with a brunette? So he was like, you're not going to dye your hair. But I'm glad to see another blonde come back to action. Then we have Grace finally piping up and saying like, hey, I've had enough. So she dropped a screenshot from the night the video was taken of Zach Bryan screaming at Bri's friend. So she has it, and it's on apparently Grace's stories, but obviously we don't have that because, yeah, it's probably already gone. But this girl here, Nat, posted these screenshots, and it says, I wish I didn't even have to say this, but there is no world where I would ever take money from that clown to shut me up. It's been quite the year and I'm still not ready to talk about it online. I'm just happy Bri is free from that piece of shit. That's all for now. And it's obviously a picture of that night of Bri's birthday, confirming that there is in fact a video or some kind of footage that I hope comes out at some point, because the NDA doesn't exist. It's not signed and it doesn't exist. I want to see it. Okay, give it to me now. But obviously when everyone's ready. When everyone's ready. Put Grace in the booth. Meow. The way I need them to go uncancelled and talk. Posting a picture from the bonfire is... It's the infamous bonfire. How lucky is Bri to be free of TV? Yeah, I want to play the diss track very quickly. I hope it doesn't get... Oh my god, they're posting so many versions of it just to like not have it be copyright claimed.
I said trust me.
I did prefer the Josh version, no offense, but someone said get Morgan Wallen to cover it. That would be just perfect.
Last night we let the liquor talk. Last night we let the liquor talk.
Oh my god. Looks like Bruins NHL are big BFFs and Brianna Paglia fans. So that's crazy. I mean, a whole team is on her side. She can have a pick of a new boyfriend. Someone said we just need Bri on stage singing with Morgan Wallen. Yeah. Oh, that would be crazy. Dave, Josh, diss track. Just let me hear it one time. I thought it's so good.
I said trust me. Caught your pants on fire. Tinder bubble riot. Knew you was a liar. You're a douchebag. You just made a new rival. Pretty soon you gon' need a revival. I said trust me. Caught your pants on fire. Tinder bubble riot. Knew you was a liar. Yeah, you fucked up. It's about to get gory. Go and post it on your Instagram story. Yeah, you said.
I love this, actually. Like, you need friends like these. Everyone needs friends like these. Anyway, now someone is being cancelled along with this for being crazy. If you guys don't remember Sophia La Corte, let me jog your memory. She's the girl with the Hallie Cates drama. You know, Hallie and her boyfriend broke up. Sophia then like went on a date with him, even though she was actually friends with Hallie, and then Hallie called her out, and then Sophia was like, we're not even friends. And now Hallie's back with her boyfriend, and people are kind of conflicted about the whole thing. And Bri said that Sophia's a pick-me and had a go at her over this whole drama. And now Sophia thinks it's her time to pipe up because Bri was in a emotionally abusive relationship. So she posted this, which wasn't received very well. Okay, she said, to the girls in my comments that want me to date Zach Bryan so I get abused, you know damn well I'd walk that man like a dog. Give me a challenge. And someone said, this is giving he would never do that to me. This is clinically insane. I just know now that you shouldn't have a platform and you are actually a woman hater to your core. Please, for your own good, start therapy. Are you okay? Seeing as Brianna came out and said he allegedly assaulted her and her friends/family, it's crazy to say he would never do that to me. Bit weird, distasteful. Girls or not, that's wrong. Yeah. And then she said, let's twist her words and make something up to make her look bad. You're literally obsessed with me. Someone said, you claimed that if you dated an abuser, Zach Bryan, then your outcome would be different from how it was with the victim, Brianna Fry. How is that twisting your words? She said, not at all what I said. But you kind of did, because the first one says, to the girls in my comments that want me to date Zach Bryan so I get abused, you know damn well I'd walk that man like a dog. Give me a challenge. I don't know. That kind of does feel like what you said. And then she posts, she's released a song recently or is about to release a song, and she posted just an audio to the song. And people are saying, you remind me of Casey Anthony. Lol, what the hell? In a world of Sophia's, be a Hallie. No thank you. You're a loser. Your attitude makes my stomach turn. What a vile response to offending such a large community. K-Mott type music. So that's the update to the video that I filmed last week. Subscribe, hit the bell icon for engagement. Let me know what you think about this whole drama, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.